So far I've tasting the Medocs, haven't tasted Pomerol and Saint-Emilion. Power, richness, concentration, purity of fruit, fabulous acidity, so really good balance. I suppose they call it classic, but classic in the good sense rather than the lean sense, because there really is, where the wines are good, and a lot of them are good, a lot of fantastic fruit. Having said that, not all the wines are great. There are some wines with a little bit of hollowness, I find, a little bit of astringency, which don't quite have that mid-palate satisfaction which you're looking for in the long run. But overall, I'm very impressed. I think it does confirm that this is a great vintage, and I'm looking forward to hopefully having the time to drink them in about 20 years.
Have you bought any?
Yeah.
And any particular favourites?
Today?
Yeah, or
yes, I think, at the lower level, Goode showed very well. I think La Bégorge showed very well. Rougeau, Chasse-Spleen showed very well. I love Rosan Segla, L'Herville Barton, Poiferré is fantastic. Talbot very good, and I'm just tasting, about to taste Grand Crus. I'm not sure yet, but hopefully that's going to be good too.
Margaret, what's your impression so far of 2010?
I've only tasted the Grave and the Pessac-Lernon so far. I think they're ones with lovely texture, lovely precision, very expressive. They're all very different. They all really express their terroir, which, given the level of ripeness and the alcohol in some of them, is surprising. But the balance is there, the acidity is there to balance the alcohol, and they are lovely wines. I think very expressive, very detailed.
Any favourites?
Domaine de Chevalier. I think Cabernet is looking nice. I think Aubailly is looking beautiful.
Thank you very much.
Usual suspects.
Your impressions of the 2010?
Well, so far I think it's not as consistent as 09, but at the very top it could be greater than 09.
Brilliant.
I'm going down to Bordeaux tomorrow morning, 7 o'clock, to taste all the top wines.
You've tasted this vintage obviously quite extensively on Primeur.
Yeah, I've tasted it a few times in barrel, yeah.
And is this the first time in bottle for many, or have you done much on bottle?
Yeah, first time in bottle, yeah.
And so, are your views from the Primeurs kind of consistent with what you tasted?
Yeah, more or less. I mean, I never know what I've tasted of these wines, until I get back. So, I'm not expecting it to be exactly the same, but yeah, the style is generally the same.
Any personal favourites?
Well, I can't tell why narrate that information.
And when's the Pomerol book out?
Oh, it's being printed. It's already printed. It's being bound in Italy, and it's coming over here in about 10 days' time.
Brilliant, excellent.
So,
look forward to it.
I'll send you a copy, Jane.
Thank you very much. What do you think of 2010 so far?
Well, having tasted in Bordeaux the 8, 9, 10, 11s together, and again the 10s today, I think it's basically one of the best vintages they've produced since possibly 82, 2005. They were right when they said they were going to be expensive, but they had a reason to be. I think it's one of the great vintages. Possibly make even some of the 09s look a little bit simple.
Really?
So, if you taste them together, but it's an amazing vintage. Acidity, density, great.
Thanks very much, Greg. It's brilliant.
Expensive.
What do you think about 2010 in Bordeaux?
It's a fantastic year, fantastic. And arguably it could be even better than 09. But I think we'll have to wait 10 years before we can be sure of that. I was worried that some of the wines, especially on the right bank, would have too much alcohol. One or two of them do, but it's not as flagrant as I feared. So I'm very happy with the wine, and its major characteristic is freshness. The wines are not fatiguing. I've already tasted, 40, 50 wines, and I don't feel like crawling over the table and having a nap.
Yes, that's pretty cool. Balanced then?
They're balanced.
Consistent as well?
Very consistent.
So good for consumers. So if you can find a 2010, there's a good chance it's going to be nice.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, but still, you get what you pay for. There are a few disappointments, and I'm afraid they're predictable ones. Chateaus that have never made really outstanding wines. But we're talking about 5%. The rest is terrific.
Okay. do you think about 2010?
On the whole, I think the wines are showing really well. They've got nice fruit character, good structure, and also lovely freshness.
Yeah.
So I think there's certainly many of the wines are ones that are going to be good for keeping.
Yeah. And you're not. Some of them are quite alcoholic, aren't they? Has that been a problem?
It seems to be in balance on I think with the structure and the weight of the wine, both fruit and tannin wise, I think they're actually in balance. So the alcohol to me is not a great concern.
Yeah. And consistency, a consistent vintage?
It seems to be pretty consistent, yes. I mean, obviously there are some ups and downs, but on the whole, it's a pretty good effort from everybody, I think.
And have you got any highlights?
Certainly, one of the wines I've just tasted, which I thought was excellent, was the Pichon Lalonde, which I think was outstanding.
Yeah.